Hey Clinkers, this is Doogie.
This is Ia, and you're listening to Girl Cheers. Girl Cheers is about sharing our experiences as Hmong female millennials and building relationships among the larger community.
In this episode, we have a special guest who not only is a shaman, but is Ia and my good friend from middle school. She is here to share her expertise and journey as a new age shaman and share her spooky encounters.
Every episode, we will be enjoying a brand of alcohol and give you our thoughts. We love the company of a good glass. This is the perfect time for you to go grab a cold one and drink responsibly with us. Hi, Clinkers! So with Halloween right around the corner, we thought that this episode should be our spooky episode. All right. Well, this episode, we will be sharing our spooky encounters. And what is interesting is that we have a very special guest here today. Her name is Mai Vue, who is not only a shaman or Nianing, she is also a friend from high school for Duji and I.
What are you talking about? She's been like middle school with
True, middle school. I wasn't sure, so I said high school. So with this, Mai, I'm going to hand it off to you if you have some other things you would like to introduce about yourself to the listeners.
Okay.
Hi, nhớ rằng cụ luôn bé hùa máy Peter Pan với cụ luôn bé nính hùa tính chính trả ia cụ hiện nhà chơi sinh ya cụ cũng mua ít tu thì bé tuần chạy cụ sẽ nính sử dụng tàu ở trong tàu nó là cụ tu sĩ phụ nữ cụ nhớ hồ Fresno, California hoặc cụ nhớ hồ Sacramento, California. Cụ ya ít tu tên này chơi sải phái sải dài chơi sải dài thì chính thà sải phái sải dài như tàu sải dài như sải tàu hụp lì con chú ruộng chú plin chú ruộng chú lao and also communicate with the tứ chạy mù lại.
That's a lot. I did not know you did all that.
Oh, muốn tôi chăn nữa. I chỉ còn nói cứ cho hay cho khỏi, you know, like what I mainly things.
Okay, so what are we drinking today? I'm thinking you're wanting to know. So I thought about, well, we tried wine, we've tried seltzers, we've tried mixed drinks. Mm-hmm. We haven't tried
IPAs.
Beer. So today I have a Valley Haze IPA. So it is 6.6 ABV. Oh, and it's brewed in Fresno, California. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I haven't sipped it yet. Have you?
No, mine's not even open.
Okay, do ASMR right now.
There's a lot of bubbles. I'm an IPA girl.
I
love it.
It's smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's not heavy. I think because this is a haze, so it's kind of citrusy. And it doesn't have that. The aftertaste, you don't have that really bitter, heavy taste.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of IPAs are stronger than this one. How much percent is in this one?
6.6.
Ah. You know, I usually drink
the
9 point.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually go with the higher one, but I think today, okay. All right, so before we get going right into our episode, I do want to let you all know that we are going to be discussing about spiritual beliefs or just beliefs in general. So we do understand that we all have different beliefs and belief systems. So I do want you to listen to this episode with respect for everyone's beliefs and listen with an open heart or take it as a grain of salt. Please, there is no bashing in here. And if you don't want to listen to spiritual stuff, go ahead and just stop. You have that liberty to do so. Okay? All right, let's move on. So, I do want to know, before we get into these spooky encounters, do you believe in the other side? Or what influenced your beliefs?
Well, I think we already know what Mai believes. That she does believe on the other side.
Do you believe in the other side, DG?
I do, but I don't have any deep connections to it. You know, I do believe that there is a higher being, but it's just never really been imposed in my life. So I just don't know enough about my own religion.
I wonder if you believe in like a higher being, is that considerably the other side?
I think so. Yeah. I do believe in the other side. Like, I'm scared of ghosts. If there's any ghosts,
like the ones you see in the movies.
Yes, I'm definitely scared of them. You know, where you have those movie scenes where you open a dark room. Yeah, I just go nope. Nope.
So you'll be one of those people who survived because you're smart and you won't go in. You won't be like, anybody home?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I can still ask you too, Mai. I know that you believe in spirits right now, but what about back then when you were growing up? Did you believe it, or did you believe it only when you come on, like
Well, yeah, leader you had a screen and chat that okay, but then back then I did not believe at all. Okay. You didn't change like, you know, like the older generation, but you change your nature, yeah. So later on, I was mentally and physically sick and everything was going on. And stuff like that. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's come on, because I never encountered, you know, itu name that is the new generation until I met my master. So I saw him one day and you know, Facebook Live and shy and then shy like she do virtually with the they not that's the ball like the chicken you to send it to so I was like, let me try it out and see how it is. So I tried it out and then and then I was like, ball like I'm over here at the screen. I was like, oh no, ball like like yeah. And then she knows, right? And she was like, so I was like, oh snap. Like, what? How did she know that my mom is a shaman too, you know? So I was like, okay, whatever. You know, crazy. You know, I used to think that, you know, Janine Chia is crazy, okay? I'm sorry, Tatsina, okay? But, you know, ever since, like I've been mentally illness and physically illness, I felt like I was going crazy. I felt like I was stuck. I couldn't do anything. Everything was just falling to pieces, you know? So, so I just learned how to accept it, and when I accepted it, it was a roller coaster. So it was pretty hard, but I managed to, you know, go through it by myself. So it's a lot of things going on.
I remember I saw your master too on Facebook Live because it was during the pandemic. So I was, of course, everybody was on Facebook Live, and
Not me. I don't know who she is.
Because you were on I Bike Live, right?
I did. I just watched a lot of Nkauj, but the tarot reading card on live, I didn't do that.
I don't know how I stumbled on her, but I remember watching her. I remember her name was Nkauj.
Yes,
right?
Nkauj or Marilor.
And so I would watch her, and there was a bunch of girls. And honestly, I remember you commenting in there too.
Oh really? Oh.
I don't know, but I remember seeing your name in there. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing you started being active, like and reading too. It was like, oh, so I started kind of following you, and then kind of started seeing a lot of the other ladies, and all that stuff. But interesting. It's just like you girls too. I do grew up in you must like Genjing where like not just shamanism too, but believing that every living things and non-living things have a spirit. I believe growing that up. And so my parents are always say like, whenever you see a squirrel or the gato no you tell like so you have to be respectful. So I always believe in that. And of course, I grew up in the traditional Hmong family, so we would do spiritual rituals like hupli, oning, all this stuff. You see all this stuff too. And I think just like you girls, I felt like I believed it too, but then I have a side where I'm also hesitant or a skeptic because you grow up and you learn about science, you learn about the logics, and you kind of use that to override it because I think the thing is that I'm like, is this true? And I think that like you don't know your own truth yet.
Yeah, you don't know until you encounter it.
Yeah.
So it's very hard.
Yeah, so at the time you just use science just to explain everything. And so I think it was really hard to believe one or the other. And then it was just only until recently where I started to listen to myself more spiritually. Now, I'm not talking about like opening myself up to learning, to do shining or anything, right? I'm just talking about myself and like listening to myself. You know how we believe that we have spirits, right? We have our own spirits. Like I start to open my heart to, okay, I want to listen to myself as in my spirit. What are they trying to tell me? Because I've experienced for the last 3 years like a lot of just like
a
roller coaster too. Like something keeps happening every year. I'm like, girl, you're listening to the society, you're listening to like your mind, you need to listen to your soul. Something's telling you something. And so that's why I started to just listen, and then it's been going pretty great. I learned a lot about myself, a lot of revelations about myself. So I think that's why I've been doing a lot of yoga, meditation, guided meditation to kind of see if I can kind of listen to myself truly. And because of that, I think it kind of opened my heart into, there's a big force beyond the physical world. Okay, that's big, but yes, that's me.
That's good, yeah.
Dude, your face is like, can you explain me what kind of face you're giving me?
I just think that as for me, I do believe in the otherly world as well, but if it doesn't show itself to me, or if I'm too scared myself, then I shouldn't try to open any doors.
Yeah,
that
that's true.
are not for me to open. And I'm gonna just stay in my place. I won't go through that dark door.
Yeah, I hope I'm not opening anything too, because I think for me it's just more of like,
no, it's basically you're just finding yourself. Finding yourself. Yeah, understanding yourself.
So I think we do have a lot of questions for you too, Mai.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since this is Halloween, right? I know that with Halloween, there is a belief where like Halloween is the night or the day where your loved ones who passed, that's the day when they come back alive and you feed them, right? That's why they do trick-or-treating. They do talkanoa so that they come and eat it. But of course now it just looks like candies. But is it true?
Is that like a cultural throughout thing? Like, do Hmong people believe in that?
No, Halloween is like a okay. Don't quote me on this, but from what I've kind of researched, it's like a pagan belief. So pagan is a belief in Europe too.
Is there any significance in the Hmong community in regards to that day?
Well, it really depends on sheko believe it. Yeah.
But I know that it kind of derives from like an old beliefs in Europe, so pagan. But now it looks totally different too because of all commercialism and everything. But basically, the gist is that on that day is a day where there's a portal that it opens up where your loved ones can come through, and you would feed them food and and they would go back, right? So, expertise, is that true?
Well, the Koshako Shinte, yes, it's true. Okay.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Girl, cheers first.
Are you scared?
You guys are so silly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you mean just on the 31st? Or?
Well, on the 31st day, yes. Okay, so on the 31st, you go on November 1st day, that's when Dalalana ya they could do basically little cake portal like in the middle of the night, which is on the 31st. So that is kind of like Danu they Dalalo they le Georgia Dalo they visit their loved ones, but they can't because they're not allowed to go into the home. Do go but you chop they don't go you do let them go, right? So they cannot come into your house. So the reason why they need learn that costume is to disguise them too as well. And le talk yeah like go like talk go more to learn no le talk not and they cannot physically come into your house because you know the person there is blocking the door. So all they can do is just come ask you for a treat or you know something yeah like trick or treat yeah. But from my belief the kusha share yeah you had the có chỉ mua con nồng cho nó lo có chỉ sợ mua cho lo. I do recommend that you just leave some outside just to be on the safe side because yeah look at the kusha I feel like you go in the chỉ don't go the children mean to you you take a children that you don't go they wander around your house and looking for you like I said looking for their loved ones which don't touch down but it is true from my side yeah it's just my side of the story so I don't know but it's true yeah you know like people they don't turn on the light now y'all so normally when you don't turn on the light you know kids like the human kids, okay? They don't come and knock on the door because they but I do recommend that because that just give them like okay so that way that it's like a protection and shield for you guys too compared to it's dark you know dark about the you know that Halloween's coming up
Is that where it kind of jack-o'-lantern comes from too?
Jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah. I don't know about the story about jack-o'-lantern.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
All right. Well, anyways, that's for Halloween.
What was it like the very first time? Gosh, your name.
It was a chaos. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, like talk with Shona, like nobody believed me, even my husband. I don't have no support.
Wait, but I thought your in-laws and your mom is a shaman.
My in-laws is not shaman.
Oh.
My mom is,
Okay.
but you know the older generation, and this is the new generation. But then from my side of the family and my in-laws, they don't like the new generation. They prefer the older generation.
I think that's something that a lot of the older generation still believe. Like, they don't believe in the new age shamans.
Okay, what is the difference between the old age and the new age shaman?
Well, the new generation, we're more open to that portal and we're able to see and communicate and talk. Kind of like visual, like for example, you know, like if I could just summon somebody, I will be able to do it. Compared to like I do have part of that too. They can't really communicate, but they do it like the feel in the little heart. They won't be able to see it. But with Bailey Matrix, it's like it's similar, but it's just a little bit different. So, other language, like there's a lot. Like you'll be surprised that or like car. All these stuff, you know, it's so weird. But once go encounter it or once you experience it, or if you hear somebody, you might look at that person and be like, "We don't know how to achieve," but okay. But they told you they go into it, they go no kind of understand where it is. So that's just the way how it is. You know, they just don't support me. They were just calling me crazy and they're like, oh, I should just go to the mental hospital. And when I was sick, they're like, oh, good job, Mosa, because you know, like so my mom, she didn't believe me at first. Okay, my sister Pa and Suzanne, they're like very supportive because I've been through a lot. So she didn't really believe it until I keep on pushing her to like, no, like they say that I have this, they say that I have this. As like go to seafood at the shaman that I went. She still didn't believe it because she, even though they do shy lo ni bỏ thì cũng but she don't believe it until we went to see somebody physically, like in person, and that's when she was like, "You had to có chịu qua thì lấy qua có nó chỉ tò mò."
This is your mom didn't believe.
She didn't believe me until this lady told her that. And then so my dad, they don't believe too, but có nói chị của mom, after this chị của mom at least support của. Của mom at least support của her decision, even with my sister too. My husband didn't support me too. It was hard. But to the point that like I can't walk. I was in a wheelchair. I can't do anything. I can't get up. I can't use the restroom. I can't shower. I can't do anything. So my sister will have to physically come in, like Pa and Susan have to physically come in, like carry me, put me in a wheelchair, go places if they want me to go, even though I'm so in pain. No, they wanted me to be happy. And they feel like, oh, I'm just in lock up, cage up, so chúng mình think của chị gọi lên mà to support của ấy. But going into it like further and further, because I'm gonna rise after fourth child, but before fourth child, I was already experiencing these paranormal activities and stuff like that, because I guess I opened too much the door because I was so curious about it if I really have it, so I opened it too much to the point that but after that a couple months later, my husband know that he knows that it's different, and to the point that I was driving in the middle of nowhere. That like usually you somewhere and it'll be like 2-3 hours away. So I told him that, hey, I like support that, like you are the one that I want to to support the most. Yes, with your sister support, but it's not as good as you. So when I rise, you go to see virtual shake. Okay, she didn't come to my house. Okay, we do it on the phone. We do virtual shake that, and then go to husband. I'm gonna do it. No matter what you say, I'm gonna do it. Just let me do this and I prove to you first. And you have to forget it. But you go change. I want you to accept me for who I am. Okay.
What is chain?
Chain. Yeah, like shake now. Go shake one thing. Yeah, let's see. Go shake one thing.
So what was it like the very first time when you did shake?
I was excited. Well, I have a lot of emotional too. So I was excited. I was sad. I was angry because nobody believed me. And that day, I just told my tiyo and like, I'm gonna have somebody tinenko whether you guys allow me or not. So when she do it, like ni teeth na holo phong to ko sister cho ye ku nyon na like just in a regular chair. Ni cho na ye no more than 5 minutes I'll start shaking. Like I went crazy. I feel like it's not like crazy, but like you're like lift and but I was very sad, so I was crying a lot to the point that like shake I was on my knees, crawling, chasing, begging them, like I was like this. And then they're like, but I cannot control them what they're doing to me because it was my first time. Yeah, it was my first time, so I wasn't able to control it. But who I am, and I know that it's not me, but I'm able to do it, and I'm happy, but it's just the fact that like they're not willing to accept me for who I am. That's what literally make me get on my knees. Oh man, girls, I was chasing it all over the house. I closed my eyes, but I don't know how I could find them, It's like you guys were like scattered around, but like that. But it was to the point that like my mother-in-law was like, oh, pull her away from me. I think she's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
She's crazy. She can't control herself. And in my head, I was like, I'm not crazy. So I was like, I'm not crazy. So I'm going to show you that I'm not crazy, right? So from there on, ever since then, I was never on my knee because I was on my knee. And then I was like, I'm not gonna get on my knees no more. As long as I prove to you guys that I am the person that I am, then you guys would just have to accept it. Well, whether you guys accept it or not, you guys just have to deal with it. Even nowadays, like, they don't accept it. Even my husband, he still don't believe in me, but he still let me do things on my own. But it was pretty hard. Like I said, like I was very happy. Okay, I went up, but then I went down because of I had a little tour you here, my family literally had to. Cái tới chuyện này, ở nhà có chỉ có hụt tông cái này, ở nhà có chỉ ở khoản nọ, ở nhà có chịu khoản bé, có chịu khoản giá. I was like, hello, you cannot expect me to be like that. And I was like, like, you have to go at your own pace. You cannot rush through it. Because go rush through it, you can hurt yourself or injure yourself like that. So, yeah, a lot of things going on. And it, like I said, it was a really roller coaster. And then to the point that go husband you were split. But he just know how to accept it. Yeah.
I think there's 3 things I just kind of want to say. Like, first, like, wow, you've done all this with 4 or 5 of your kids.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing. And to see you rise up and still being a mom, and also, like, wow, like, your sisters are willing to help you through this. And then yes, I'm like, wow, like, women are rising up too, not just on the shaman bench, but with the shaman next to the bench. And that's something that we don't see. I have never seen before.
A woman hug another shaman.
Chỉ tập bảy từ bên nhà hư từ chỉ nên nhận nên đó, cũng bỏ từ nhận nên theo đó, chỉ tập bảy từ là hư nè. And so for your sisters to step up and do that, that's amazing too. And then we as mong too, to like respect that, because they've always wanted to get the word keep their tradition. Well, we are, just because we're not a man.
And like, the reason why you wanted that, because you don't have the support, so what can you do? You only call you what so
and the third thing of all is, wow, when you said you guys did virtual,
that is the new generation.
That's the new generation right there.
I did not believe it at all. I thought it was no, that's why. Like, I never think that I was gonna do it, like, shake it. But I was like, I believe in her. And that time I was so into her, and she was the only one that understand and my situation. So I was like, she's kind of like wheeling me to the side hand. So I was like, whatever, just do it. As long as I show to my in-laws and my family that I am the person I am supposed to be, then Queen willing to take all the risk. And so you had someone Queen.
Has anyone come to ask for your service since Koshoneng?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah. Like in person or both. In person, you want to do go to grandma. So
Oh wow.
I have like my in-laws, they're a bit cousin like but like I said, they don't really believe you, so they just support you my but I like going ballot here, and then go normally help virtually some. Okay, so I normally help them virtually and online, but physically outside because I feel like I'm not ready to that point yet. I just feel like, why am I gonna go do it for the other people, So call base soon. Yeah, I can do it. But if they want me to go to their house physically, I will not go to their house physically, but I will go spiritually and do it too as well.
Yeah. Do you also feel that it's also because, like, people don't trust you, that also makes you feel like?
Oh yeah, that you trust you, I know. Yeah, I know. Because you already feel, like I said earlier, you feel their energy. And I make sure that, and they know that, 내내 저래 they should test qua, should she qua, you know, because you know like you in chisa kala to she you you in ya to teni sa pala ya, ya de le test qua, go bao dia okay, do not know going back but I don't want to say that part because do the non litchi she go hen she does she wrong na ya, ye go to shy calling the unless you want to look into further, then I will go into further detail for her.
Is there a community for you for the New Age shaman? Because it sounds like it's such a lonely road, lonely journey, what you're going through.
We don't have a community, but the Kotusi Funimo a lot of students. So what she do is to like more page together. You pay more game shirachi or we learn something new or we want to talk about something like a topic. You talk about and then among each other and then tell about our experience. It's okay, we just wait for our seafood. And also we also have like the shaman conference. If you guys want to come, it's seafood shaman's conference.
That's your community right there. That's your shaman community right there.
Yeah. So that was supposedly your just the students, but then we're like, okay, since your students want to put ourselves out there and learn more, and experience more. Yeah, it's like we just want that experience too. Like, yeah, did you want to topic by you? We don't know what to do. Like we have to learn as we're going too, and sometimes your guys they good not until you physically talk to that person and then they're like, oh, you need to do this, do that, like that. So yeah, be more conference called the not that many people really come, but I do suggest that you do feel free to come in there to talk about your story or come listen to their story and ask questions because
I'm also curious too because we don't know what the other side kind of looks or feels or sounds like.
Why do you want to know?
Oh, because I'm curious because I think each.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Are we a little bit curious?
Heck no, I already see it all in the movies.
I mean, I almost feel like in the movie, it's Hollywood, right? But I feel like you have someone here who've been or seen it, heard it before, so why not?
I think with the 带教授.
Oh, okay. Shake up a samnosa.
No, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Well, it's similar to she rang câu này the MV. She itu like that.
Oh, that song.
Yeah.
I've seen I've heard the song. I don't think I've seen the video.
Yeah, the music video is similar to that. So, people might think but it's similar to that. The person that come up with the idea, that person is like on point. Okay, so I'm really what they don't know. Okay, even if I meditate or even so it just really depends on or practice most of the time like go meditate peacefully. So a lot of people they think that go meditate no, it's not like that. You just have to think that I'm gonna go and relax and calm myself in the hall new different for meditation horse sometimes in the other side your horse is not a horse. Okay, it's something else. Okay, like for example, it could be a dragon, it could be a phoenix, it could be a car, like that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you it's amazing too.
Like a Lamborghini.
Yeah. it could be anything, So you don't think you can who like you to master here like that.
How is the communication with your name?
Sometimes or sometimes they will say in my heart and my head. It really depends on the situation. For example, they open my mouth and they speak in my head. But I see it. Like I don't need to hear, I don't need to do anything. I just see it and then but it's weird because some people will be like, oh yeah, they told me like it's because maybe like that's why you can't see it.
They're trying to protect you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's hear some spooky stories. Get your popcorn. Bỏ bà đó. Có được cũng chơi á, giờ bây giờ cũng chơi á, you bỏ bà. Sao bỏ trả lo? Rất tiếc có chơi những đi tao là những bỏ bà tấn đó chạy vì you ít không tự nó chỉ những chạy vì tỷ lệ.
I don't sleep at the edge. I sleep in the middle.
My bed is a single bed, so I'm in the middle all the time. Okay. So, I almost feel like me and Duji already shared some scary stories. We don't have scary stories or encounters. I think the only one thing I had was, it's very short. And I remember when I was like 4, 5, 6, I was home. I just woke up, and then the door was open, and then I saw something white, and then something looking like those, those KKK figure. Oh, yeah, but it's not that shape, but similar to that shape, was just floating across. And I wasn't sure if I was just woken up and then I don't know. But I remember it was floating through.
My God.
And then I wasn't scared, but I was like, what is that? That is so off. So I asked my mom. My mom said, oh, pataya sa. And so ever since then, I was like, oh, pataya da. It's just only pataya. But it's not scary. It's just something like, oh, yeah. But I think the person that we really need to listen to is Mai. So, hit us up with your best.
I do have a few, so just don't be scared or traumatized when you guys go to these places. Okay, warning. Okay, so
Okay, I know you guys don't see this, but Duji is already like bracing herself. She's like petting me, scratching my arm like a scared cat.
But then it's very creepy. Okay, so like for example, you move in our home now, like I never believed that there would be spirits there, or I never believed that spirit until you know more. Yeah, but there was one time that I encountered that going not supposed to know, but then go.
Was this when you were a shaman or going to be shaman? Or?
When I was a shaman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Taku she a shaman, I was okay, but then Taku shaman, I can't really eat food over there unless go to okay. But then so no kabong, right? So I was in the middle of the door kabong, and I was at the bench. And go dog like you see somebody It's like right next to mine.
Oh my God, girl. Oh my God.
It's like right next to mine. And I was just like dropped the fork. And I was like, like I just left it there. And then later on, I will pick it up. And ever since then, like, go to China, unless talk with your guys, and go to protect one. And like people,
Oh yeah, that's me.
when you go, don't announce it.
Okay. Because I was. Or
Do not say that.
Or go with me.
Yeah, don't say that.
Okay.
Just don't say that.
Just drag them.
Can I ask them, hey, you want to go to the bathroom? Can I do that?
No, don't say that too.
Drag them.
Just
do the bathroom sign. The bathroom
you
sign?
can just say that I'm going to the bathroom. That's it.
Okay. They hear it.
Can
you say their name? Like, Duty.
Stop!
They still go with you if you say that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, there are times that I have
Okay. I said her name.
Oh my god. You guys are so funny.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, so like the queen what they go like yeah, you in China, and like especially go talk to my friend, I see spirits, and go like act like you don't go like I don't see them, because if I don't act that, if I don't act like that, they will come up to me and smile at me, and they'll be go back, like that, and I'm like I can't help you, but like very ugly. And when they come very ugly to me, I don't want to talk to them. But if they come nice to me, then I will talk to them.
What makes them come really ugly to you?
Sometimes sometimes where she like they get yeah, you go to more time they don't understand.
So that's their energy, huh?
But you tell a lollipop, and then you're able to talk to them. And they're, hey, go look go kuchinya, go what go I'm like my hands are like my sword on the other side. You come close to me, you die. Like I say that if you don't turn yourself into a good person, it's a challenge go. Yeah, so when that happened, yeah, they will either turn into a better looking version, even though at least they try. I see it, you know. Like for example, ito din passed away, and you know I see at the funeral too. Got into a car accident. They throw that time, but bench not. But I was in the front row of the bench. And then I was like, because it was super fast. It was like boom in my face, you know.
Just like those movies.
Yeah, it was like boom in my face. It was like, okay, you know, you went very just on your hand, but just don't do this to me. If you need help or anything, please take 10 feet, step away, and then turn into a better version. And you turn into a better version, but then you show you know you die the hot but then you get into an accident like that. But at least you much what way to don't try, you know, like you look the so some of those spirits they look like that is because the total most of the time a lot of people like us, we see the good ones. Either they're stuck or they really need help. Now they should be ignored, so you try to keep attention in the sun.
So just to kind of close up with the bathroom, because I need to know this. even if you go to the bathroom, right, and you call that out, right? But when you go use the restroom, you come out and that you're good to go, or are they gonna be sticking with you too for a little while?
It really depends. It really depends. Yeah, it really depends on shaker attract number. For example, if it was me, they will be attached to me the whole entire day. Okay, but you have to and the catch on in the sun.
So they do know when you see them.
Yeah.
I just feel like whenever I go to any funeral bathrooms, it's always.
Yeah, it's it's like you hear a lot of story about it. You know, even or you hear a lot of story about it.
Like that's why I always have my sisters. We always go together, and then like I always like look under the stall. Like
you're not supposed to do that.
I know. I did everything. What did you do? I was like making sure that those are real legs.
You're just scaring yourself too, and yeah, let's
Hey. Okay.
Yeah, never do that. Like you talk just be positive and just be like, oh, it's just I'm just doing my own business, you know. You could be of course you're gonna be scared. Yeah, you're just gonna scare yourself, and sometimes when you see it, it's not real. It's because you think too much too.
Yeah.
But we see it because actually see it is because le santo tolo or she like cares tell get to person that talk to lo boss in that. Yeah.
Alright. Any other things or we should not do? Because I'm doing everything you told us not to do.
Well, but this is just me, so that way that I know and I'm aware of the but so then if you guys feel like you guys want to call people go with you, then go for it, you know. At least okay, so yeah, but like I feel like if I'm calling, you know, it's like I'm calling the spirit to go with me too, because with the it's like, oh no, you're paid you need to be more. I'm going to the restroom but
can I be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom?
Can I go
restroom?
too? All right, can I say, hey, my hand. Can I go too?
Yeah, you go ahead. Can I go too? I go too.
Oh, yo. Huh? Don't say that.
Yeah, in the oh
yeah.
yeah, cũng theo lên đó nè.
Cũng ý lần cầu xin nè.
Yeah. So it really depends. You know, like they do it like a funeral. You know, it's okay, very calm. Họ tiếp tục chơi. Nó gọi là two person chỉ nhau là xin nên chỉ nên tụi shit and all that hang out. So like one experience that I have encountered, like physically encounter them contacting me. Yeah, go to uncle head, go mother-in-law. Yeah. Right? Like they will communicate with me, they will make me see them, they will open their eye and talk to me about roller like that, or they will like try to squeeze my hand when I collar, and I was like, stop it, like I don't want this, and if you need something, please no what I know what but yeah, those are the only thing that I really see like but other people get we but then in a scary way like that. But yeah, like funeral home is a lot of
activities.
a lot of stuff over there, and so we're just gonna get in charge. So if you guys go, just think positive. Funeral home so it's really up to you guys.
Okay, I'm typically a pretty happy person. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so funeral stories down. Any other spooky stories that you have?
Hospital?
Oh my goodness. you are like picking the right places. Cause
yeah, because
dude, you're right here thinking right.
Because like yeah, like how you're dancer, like nobody believe it until they encounter it.
And like the thing is like biết bỏ hồn nạn hay nhở?
Yeah.
But then you mới trong linh đạo thế nào?
But yeah, anyways, this is when so it happened in Sutter Hospital. Okay, so ni chơi nhớ gì bé này nếu muốn Sutter đi sunshine unit by labor and delivery. Okay, so well, I wanted to tell you guys specifically what happened, so that way that you guys are aware of, because what if somebody like cares that. So it was in labor delivery. I cannot walk, but I was able to be in the wheelchair. The husband was asleep, but my baby was in the ICU, and I was in the ICU as well. So I would see somebody peek at me, and then go back.
Wait, peek from you from the curtains or
from the curtains?
Oh my god, cô nhớ. Cô khó chọn gì lo.
Oh yeah, cái tôi hỏi mình phải không?
Oh my god, girls, this is so funny.
I need to be buzzed for this. What did you say? Girl, we're trying to do this before she tells the story.
Okay?
Yeah, so
Cheers.
okay.
Talk about
Yeah, just just sunshine here, be positive, okay? Yeah, so I would see like peak so I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm in pain and I'm in the ICU. Please stop, And all of a sudden it's not one, it's two. Like they're physically black, like they're black, but you can see their eyes.
they're
like
black figures.
They're black figures, but you can see their eyes, like it's white. And you could tell that this is not human. Yeah, so like my husband's there, and I try to wake him up, but don't go in. And so I was so scared to the point that like it's like a lot of them just gather around my like and to the point that somebody just like and I see a smiling at me, and it's a girl with long hair, and then like a gown, and like a gown you put on.
Why would they have to scare you like that?
I don't know. Maybe I was vulnerable at that time too, because I was in depression, like postpartum depression. So so I guess the Lord shake was some, and then I panic, I scream, I call my husband. Like my phone just like okay, so I was like, what is wrong? Like, I don't need you guys. Like, stop. Like, go. Jilly, like, stop and go game more like for a period of time. Like don't be then my phone was able to work. And then go with family, like 'cause we had like a family group chat, and they're like, oh, Jack go to husband, but he's not gonna wake up. He's too tired. So we did and it's fine. So I call my seafood, and then good morning, especially when you have a newborn baby. I cho biết cho nè you mi nhỏ này ạ, just spend the haya lo thái you khỏi you to baby not like that. Yeah, but then at that time my baby was not there. She was up in the ICU too. But you lúc chị đang gọi chị tao hú nè. It's like that. So lo visit you, lo shy you, but chỉ mua chỉ trong trái đấy chủ yếu còn được theo chủ thầu cũng by upstairs to my go do girl na. I was in the wheelchair, and then I feel like footsteps, and I feel like somebody's following us, and I try and look, there's nobody, but thầu belly in the corner of my eye, I see the spirit, like while we're looking and like coming to me like it's like it wanted my help, but then like that, like, and you try to ask
Like
for help, ma.
zombie.
Yeah, but I'm just like,
Not right now.
yeah, what am I seeing? Because at that time, so I'm just like, whatever. I'm done with this, because last night so I don't want it no more. And then when y'all get elevators, it was there in the elevator waiting for us. My husband didn't see it, but I saw it. Then y'all get go husband, yeah, you going not going, just act like I don't see. It's oh my god, it's so scary. Cause like like they will smile at you like, ooh, I know you see me, like that, like a creepy smile, you but it's yeah, so but that's like but I was like, how can end up in labor and delivery, like, you get what I'm saying, like in a gown too. So I know that obviously this person is not up here unless he's lost, but zombie but that's one of the things that I encounter at the hospital. And
I do want to know anything that we should not do at the hospital, because since you talked about a lot of the funeral.
Anything that you guys should not do is don't be awake. You go to sleep.
Don't drink coffee.
Then like, just don't walk in the hallway, because you walk in the hallway, just so you guys are aware, hospital that's why I say walk in the middle of the night. Okay. You might see the figure behind the screen. Or laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the one that go encounter, like, public go encounter public sister, sorry, go high go story no go to side okay. If you take a no podcast no, sorry no go okay. So for example, go shy itu sister na go shy no feel so negative there to like, even though the thing like she's still and you pin on papa. Do you okay?
What the fuck?
No, okay.
I don't know. I feel like I should not say it, or should I say it? Because I feel like you are going to be scared of this one. And you're gonna. Yeah. But they do what you do, but okay, prepare yourself, okay?
Dude, Mike just looked at me and I'm just like, she knows.
No, because I feel like this is going to scare you. That's like what the hell, okay? Emma, I think she will be okay. But for you, since God, I think you're gonna be scared. You might want somebody to sleep with you tonight. Okay, so I helped that sister and go shine in new house now, and I spiritually look into it. I don't see anything, but I feel the closet. okay? So we know boom 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 like somebody's hitting the closet like hit like yeah like go buy spiritual good thing this one so yeah so actually ku ponder so tonda like I wasn't aware of what I'm gonna see because you know you go chi sa di yung polinda ya so ko mu je I opened the door like in the slide so I opened it and then I see somebody hanging their stuff there and then touch stop but then like that you know like trying to get out like no or not but in order for me to help that person to get out from that house the owner of the house have to give me you know yeah and not just that likeกูทอดสิวให้นอก okay กูbuy stuff for free นะ because if I don't help her nichi when you say thatกูจะต้องgo buy stuff เนี่ย so basically กู asked me for a donation ยินดี side call donation ตัวกูเนี่ย I was okay นี่ก็ซื้อต่อกูจะอยู่อีกคอยก็ระบบเด็กก็มั่วกูเนี่ย so she sent me like $5 so I was like okay whatever it's fine $5ยิ่งเยอะก็ donation เขาจะกูได้ donation ซึ่งจริงยิ่งส่งกันเลยยิ่งตื้อเขาก็จะกูตื้อเลยยิ่งจะฉันตื้อเลย okay so I helped that spirit get out okay to spend the nichi yo mong okay ni don't go li yan la chi cho na ya so I let him out okay I let him out go mutia lo go let him out go che ni lo va lo che ta and I let him out and I sent him away but turned out he didn't go away he followed me home
Girl, cheers. Hold up. Drink up,
yeah he followed me home and then he do the same thing he went and stay in my closet
Oh wow.
and he did the same thing and then that was when I was mad because Tony nhớ tao lấy chuyện mà nữ tôi sử dụng câu được quá but Tony lo chuyện nữ ốp phê quá so I was like why are you doing this to me you know in the back of my head I was like she had the person that knew more gây chỉ giàu lo like that so when they say that thì côจะcall like oh the person that you có mua khỏi đến nhà li con đó the person that you more than $5 but you know like you can't really give them a price you get it so go take okay whatever you know I'll just deal with him so I talked to him and negotiate with him and he wouldn't leave me and he would to the point that try like you know and I never thought that and like feel so weak and I couldn't do anything okay I cannot do anything I cannot do anything at all and I have to contact my seafood and they go to seafood my lipaco okay and go to seafood and then she said she also see that but they were able to take him out but nowadays he's still there but then it's tacos no matter how I try to take him away he go in I take him away from there but he's like stuck with me you know so good so you the end but I'm okay but still yeah like you know shaman tools you know cleanse everything but you know like the sound yeah like the body the grass like a sound and yeah sometimes you hear that you like auto use it in that only the but I'm so traumatized with the closet you know that's a wish to a closet but I'm like that's a kind of yeah so
I'm scared of the closets too.
this is not as scary as funeral but then this is something that you know like you just need to be careful of who you're helping and what you are doing so that way that the person that need and harm con yeah một phần đời có mấy kho hay tụi nó đi mình cả đó It was in Tokunyo, JJ Grand Avenue. I could still you go to husband. And we were still vendors at Sea Game, okay? So we were setting up the day before with the sister Tian to husband and yeah. We're setting up with us too and the mom Suzanne and take with that big put off, big job right? And so we set up everything, we did everything and then go sister Tian to husband go try to get out from Sea Game. It was like around 5 o'clock. And they couldn't get out because they locked the gate from the Gibson Ranch. They locked the gate and then still go there. Lưu chất nó một tỏ mà因mua chất nó một tỏ so cái lưu chất một tỏ is close to cause mua bây giờ cái okay ít giờ lại ở giờ một tỏ right lúc ấy giờ linh nhật ta bắt đá rồi một giờ nào một giờ đấy đó yeah and then so
The pleasure game go no.
And mà muốn sát lâu là sát xì nữa, muốn sát xì nữa là muốn sát lâu.
no they went to they có một xí they went to Sashi but Sashi coi lại so they came back and they didn't maybe mình sát nó okay so go Mushata in the middle.
We're chassis, isn't it?
While they went to that side, we were in the middle of trying to get a hold of the in charge of so excuse me. By the time we got the code, onion chila.
Oh snaps!
Wow.
Tốt teo.
Onion chila so yeah. Okay, bị mất tàu code cho onion tàu hồ lú gate tàu now, okay? And we were sleeping over there. Onion tàu gate tàu you right when they exit from CK. You know how like tàu tư you mất tới mình cho you chase people flash at your car. No to flash like there's 3 cars that flashing at the car, but the flash keep they turn. The flash keep they turn. You could start into husband there. My sister was driving, so her husband was right there on the passenger side. She was like, "What's going on? Like, why are they doing this?" Jing go more part the gas station. Go tell her shy on go chay a lot because it was on the dirt road. Go port and go to the they from the trunk of their car all the way to the handles of the Honda, which is true because I saw it too. Okay, all in the thing going try thing go to mua tầng cái chạy thế cái nhỏ next cái nhỏ across the street from Bam go chạy cái chỉ mua tầng cái chạy xong rồi
Lột tụi nó chế thế.
lột bé chạy là bự bé hông炸
Oh my gosh.
bé hông炸 so only the nhân chán như thế bỏ掉okay còn nó chật you know like cause thằng có lên chặt chế ngõ khỏi road na. The reason why the feel that somebody is falling there or and the horse being kikia yeah go then charging go put next to be neighbor with all lo him to mama ka chay to stop non-stop
Barking the whole night.
Barking the whole entire night. And like I said, go to laptop, okay? Go to sister to husband a laptop because he couldn't sleep because the dog barked too much and so he was touching the laptop and he see a figure of a man, okay, but you just think that he think too much, so go all in try to go in sleep that night in the daytime do open because game you come out okay only to encounter got you somebody could have then they went home, they cleaned their car and they went to go hide the thing they couldn't get time and they're good. Okay, they're good.
But not your bedroom.
They are good. That's it. They're good. Okay, so that thing was still in our house. Okay, so that thing was still inside our house. So, bé was singing ta, and then bé shao kong lo. Okay, bé shao kong lo che. Oh no, not chito. Sorry, going back. That day bé lo that day yeah. Bé lo that day we forgot the keys to the house. Okay, so it was me, my Suzanne, and my older sister Lee, and then my mom and my dad. And they're like, có muốn dây này nó khó chạy một cái chạy bé tự tộc là đã đẻ. So I was like, okay, của ta tao muốn, but then my sister was like, oh, chỉ có một bài mới tụi nãy giờ họ tao.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, so I was so scared. Cái quý tôi tin tay cho tao mà, bé phải làm quý tôi tin chặt tao mà. I was like, oh hell no, like. I was crying. So she gotta go because she didn't want to scare me, right? My older sister, she gotta go. So right when she went in and she got inside the room, but she's very brave. So she said that maybe and the house is not the same, like the inside. But yeah. Bây giờ cho chị bé một bé lúc con cha của em là sử dụng bữa cha chị bữa không sao chị don't có đi nữa mua bao luôn hết chị trong tủ luôn đi you know bitch not thinking but we're just like whatever mua không được chú but then we feel like something is watching us so in cha chị cảm nhớ tao không sao we let the door open and I saw somebody looking at me but I was like tao chú mà chị tao là hệ của con trai sao vậy and then so cô sister un trai có thể cô older sister hay in the chị sự này anh hiểu xin lỗi đã đây chị cô đã đây chị you know the shower that's coming down I see a black cat but nó cho nó còn cho lo nói and then the shower come out from his mouth and I was like this and cô look up cô rồi đó I was like oh hell no like cô chưa muốn I thought the shampoo up there and it I was like and then Suzanne was like what's
Why
going on?
the fuck you do that?
No, I got scared because I thought that I was seeing like what was I seeing, you know? So I threw it up there and then go okay, whatever. So then we went back to over there to go sleep again for the next day. Yeah, good sister she was okay and everything, but the day that she was home alone by herself. Okay. Tao cho đi xem movie and then or TV chị li to kia you know cái bắt đầu TV to and on flash le ori no yeah so on the kia chị she's what the hell này nhìn bộ cho nhìn to nhìn một tôi ít ít tụi nhà không quá hẹn okay then she heard the door open cái bên lúc trong window the sound she heard the door open she heard footstep thì đến đến đó là you hear cho đến đó là drip I don't know how she could sit there the whole entire time你揉nó你真的好土呀安得了给人家开了揉给 next to her
And your sister's like, whatever.
no she got scared and she couldn't move and and the young lady she was just like nhớ tao gì này thì bác cô and that's when she got released she ran out and went to my sister their house while they're cleaning their car after the makure and then so they told the situation to my mom and my dad yeah cô tin chạy the fact that they hate cô ta nói chuyện là okay là tiếc á vậy you biết là chứ you know the dog always bark the dog always do you know his own thing but it's like bây lúc con trai bị bỏ thì cha lúc thì viên ta cái cha lúc thì viên ta but then tụi bé thấy tôi it was dark inside the house cho thì cô dad thế cô bảo nó bỏ lúc bỏ like ôn tao nói thì cô you know get out you know we don't want you you're not allowed here all in the that night nữ là ôn là tại that night chỉ là mua tập bắn xong thế là mua tập bắn xong thế là only not to protect my sister so it did not hai cô sister apart here but apart so which had a lot of things because there's a lot going on so ôn là tại she was okay she was okay she nói chuyện but then it's not I'm not the only one that has encountered him there's a lot of people that encounter him but then hai cô apart I would hear like bitch couple up so I would hear footsteps. I would hear him coming. I would hear him whistle, and then like cho TV shy. Chị cô tôi tin chị when I have that happen, can I go sleep? Yeah, I spent the money in check with see every time we hear that, we were like, Dad or Daddy, like, Dad, Bao or help us. They would shout like that. Yeah, cứ you know cái này không phải tao ra cơ kia trong nên đó. Yeah. And lấy cho nó lọt ra nè. Yeah, that was when I was going summer school too, and I did not get to sleep. And was summer PE, and then come on, it was summer PE. Yeah, you know the rails.
Back in freshman year, huh?
Yeah, the rails. Yeah.
Y'all don't live in that house anymore though, right?
No, we don't. Nếu mà the rails just so tall, chỉ có bỏ nhỏ số ha. Nếu mà you blow just do and they you bunch it. Well, we just kind of got used to him.
Oh.
Because you know, only not too much. But he's still there. He still do the same thing to the point that we just kind of got used to it. So we just let him do his own thing. You know, but you know, you ain't non part but it was pretty scary because that thing followed my sister to work. nên nhóm tại chán đông anh chơi của sister and the next day chán đông tốt kia.
Why ruin a good tree?
Right?
Yeah, so anh thấy gì thằng lời gì là thì he got murdered. So nên cô đi ran over and then they throw him in a pond or a lake or something or a creek, and then cô sister người muốn giao lưu sợ nữ sợ nhá. So người muốn giao sợ thì người follow cái lo ha. But yeah, that was the most scariest time of my life. Need that song, but I'm glad that we moved out that house. And when we moved out that house, we didn't say that we were moving out that house, so it's a good thing. Yeah, the shimano
Like highlight bên một tát long or like something like that. Or you muốn chơi tỏ hả?
Yeah, bây giờ đi shock không gì, bây giờ là muốn chơi tao, bây giờ hay à chị. Yeah, but yeah, that was one of the thing that I encountered too. Shani was about anything else, like anything like at the park or
The park, yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay, so I think there's a lot of heavy feelings right now. Is there anything that we can do right now to make us lift our spirits a little bit higher and enjoy our Halloween?
What you guys can do is meditate and think positive.
Okay.
And meditate anything positive, and if you like you have channel, feel free to let me know. I'll call your spirit back. And you enjoy cleanse to kings you feel like if you're not safe, just remember to cleanse yourself all the time.
Okay.
Do not let yourself feel heavy, like you said, and feel paranoid. You always make sure that you have to cleanse yourself, because once God make that, like, let that energy build up, so you have to like help yourself when that is not heavy yet.
Well, thank you so much for joining our podcast. How about you drop your handle, your social media, so that our listeners can come and find you if they have any more questions or just want to follow your journey?
Well, my personal page is Peter Mai Vue. Her Shaman page is thinking that, yeah, so you guys can find me on that. I'm kind of on MIA right now. So if you guys do need help, contact Google her personal page, not my Shaman page. It will take me a while because there's a lot of people that message me. It's not only one, so I will try to get to you guys as soon as possible. Go to more call on the side. Free reading, anything. I will send the link to Doji, yeah, and then go and then feel free to come to the conference call. We do free readings, dream interpretation, or anything that you guys are curious about.
All right then, clinkers. Girl.
Cheers.
Cheers, and have a great, happy, and safe Halloween.
You're listening to Girl Cheers. Thank you for sticking with us until the end of the episode. We hope that we made your day happier than it previously was, and you came out of it learning something new.
Unless it's a holiday and everyone should be taking all of their breaks as needed, please join us again the following week at the same time, Pacific Standard Time, for the next episode.
For more information and updates on Girl Cheers, please follow our social media pages on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, all by the name of Girl Cheers.
Or if you would like to become friends with Duji and I, find us on our Instagram handle at @IaMariaLo and @DujiChain.
Join us in the next episode. We'll be talking about adulting near 30s, dreams and aspirations, sleepover theme, so get your satin robe and PJ on, and let's talk about this is what dreams are made of. Hey now, and it was supposed to sing the rest.